Hey, we are Kongos, and we are live in Limbo.
Nothing can stop me. Nothing holds me back. Think you can slow me down? Knock me off my track. Nothing can stop me.
Hi, my name is Connor Beck. I'm here with liveinlimbo.com, and I'm sitting here with the Kongos. We're in Toronto, Ontario, at the Danforth Music Hall. Welcome to Canada. Welcome to Toronto.
Thank you. How's it going?
Yeah, I'm doing very well. How are you guys?
Good.
Good? Good?
Yeah.
I'm good.
Good. Now, it hasn't been too long since you guys were here last. You were just here pretty recently, right?
Yeah,
Playing
we played
at
the Velvet Underground.
Velvet Underground. Yeah, no, that's a bit smaller of a venue, right? This is a bit bigger.
Yeah. Well, we played this one, I think 18 months ago, and then we did a little. They call it an underplay. You know, when the album was coming out to promo it and get some press out and stuff like that. And so this is our headline run here.
Oh,
We're
okay,
back
great.
now.
Great. And how do you enjoy playing at those like smaller venues and stuff? And I mean, now you're playing here, but you've played places like Lollapalooza. You played huge shows. Like, what's the difference in that dynamic? What do you prefer?
Well, it takes a lot longer to walk across a festival than the
Yep.
I like them both. I really like small club shows, especially if you've been doing kind of stages where it's not intimate. You know, it's really nice to get that kind of immediate energy back.
Yeah, it's a different kind of satisfaction. I think that Toronto show actually, it was packed and it was so hot. It was one of the hottest shows we've ever done.
Yeah.
You know, which is not what you expect from Canada, but it kind of you get a different buzz from it.
Yeah, absolutely. Those small venues, you think it's hot going outside in places like Lollapalooza or like places where the heat's just coming down. I'm sure you've played shows like that, but there's something to be said about those indoor shows with small venues and the heat that comes up from that.
It's always the hottest in cold climates because they don't have cooling or ventilation. So the hottest gigs have always been in clubs in cold climates.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Now, I saw you guys, there was a little teaser video posted on your Twitter a little earlier today with some smoke rings on stage. That looked pretty cool. I've heard nothing but amazing things about your live shows. I haven't personally been, so this is going to be my first. But I wanted to know, like, you guys do a lot of your own, all of your own production, play all of your own instruments, obviously, do all your music videos and stuff. Do you design your live shows as well? This looks like it's going to be a pretty cool thing.
We're definitely involved in the design. Actually, our lighting design is from Toronto. And we were on tour with One Republic, opening up for them, and he was their lighting guy. And he liked us, and we liked him, so we ended up working with him. So we're definitely involved in the look of each song. And those smoke cannons, we actually built with our stage manager, Mo. So
Awesome.
yeah, we take all the visuals Danny did for the projector screens and stuff like that. So we definitely have a role, but there's expertise that we don't have that is involved in the actual production.
Fair enough. And how do you feel like the live show represents, Egomaniac? I want to talk about that as well, and about the album and about the theme and stuff like that. But does the show reflect that theme?
Yeah, we wanted it to be large. Relatively, for the size venues we're playing, obviously.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Excessive, maybe.
Yeah, grandiose is a good term. I mean,
Grandiose. Okay.
we also we value a really good production because we've toured with bigger bands, supporting them, and you see what can be done, and it's all arena shows, So we're trying to bring that style of show to the smaller theaters or clubs. And sometimes all our stuff doesn't fit in the venue, but we go for it. It's like if you're gonna have an album called Egomaniac, we try and back it up.
Fair enough. Now you guys are from South Africa, or sort of born, grew up, lived there for a little bit, and one of the places you first made it big was South Africa. That's correct, right? When Lunatic was sort of getting big, it got played there. So you have a big fan base there. Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you manage that? Because you live in the States now, and you've got a massive fan base on the other side of the world, literally the other side of the world.
It's just expensive plane tickets every so often. We just went back there in August. We played 3 shows, and one in Durban, one in Cape Town, and a festival outside of Joburg called Autocorrect. So yeah, we just try to tour, as often as we can. Unfortunately, Lunatic had a longer cycle there, so we couldn't go back that soon. But yeah.
Yeah, we try and make it back to South Africa more than we actually play there because we go and see all friends and family, and But yeah, it's a bit of a problem, because it happened in 2012 for us there, and then it wasn't until 2014 that it kind of started to pick up in the rest of the world. So we didn't get to go back for 5 years. And you got to go back and support your markets. That's one thing we've learned along the way.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. That's awesome. And you guys are, from what I hear, pretty well known for your intensive touring schedule. You guys tour a lot and to put on a lot of
the
shows.
Lunatic Cycle we did, yeah.
Oh, in the Lunatic Cycle. Do you think that's going to happen again in this cycle?
Probably not as intense, but yeah, it'll probably go.
I think we'll probably play as many shows. It'll just be spread out maybe a little more.
Oh, okay. Was it a bit too much, do you think? Or
No, I mean, by the end, it was like 18 months, pretty solid, and we spent 7 months actually on the same bus at one point, and that you start to feel it, especially if the weather's bad.
Smell it.
Yeah, fair enough. I imagine. Yeah, 4 guys. So what's life like then when you're not touring? What are you up to?
Oh, it's very boring. It's we after ending the last tour, we just were in the studio pretty quickly,
Right.
and that's basically it.
Catch up on TV, there's you don't get to watch as much TV as you might think on tour, so there's a lot of work to catch up on when we get home.
Fair enough. What are you watching right now? Anything?
Well, the new season of Narcos.
Oh yeah.
I like Vikings. I think that's a cool show.
That's nice.
I like *Halt and Catch Fire*.
Oh, okay.
It's a show about '80s computing. It's like Mad Men for computing.
Wow, cool.
Pretty good.
That's kind of an interesting segue. The new album, love it. I think it's fantastic. I've listened to it a lot of times, and I really like it. One of my favorite songs off of it is Autocorrect. Actually, it's a really just neat song with a really neat sound and a lot of kind of like really different parts that make it up. I'm not sure exactly who wrote it. Was that you? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So where did that one come from?
I just was up late one night. I've been writing a lot of songs at that period, and I couldn't sleep. So I thought, what are a lot of people thinking about? And one thing I was thinking about was this idea of technology gradually starting to merge with humanity and what life was going to look like. And so it's about the future. It's about the smartphone taken to the next level where it totally interfaces with your brain.
Right.
And, what would man do with this amazing technology? Would he use it for good? Probably not. He just use it for self-gratification as usual.
Yeah, exactly. Which is in the theme of the album as well, the Egomaniac album. So do you think the theme of the album came before or after the songs were written?
The theme came after because a lot of the songs were written individually by us, and then when we assembled them, we realized there was a theme. So it was obviously floating around in our collective subconscious, if that exists.
Yeah, I think we started looking at the lyrics of these new songs that we were playing to each other, and not all of them, but a fair portion of them had that theme, some angle looking at egomania or, narcissism or any of those type of emotions. And Danny, I think, said the word egomaniac, and it just kind of clicked. So we thought, well, let's pick the songs that fit that theme and, put them on the album.
Okay. Fair enough. And yeah, I noticed that like some of the songs in the album also, they have like almost like critical message. Like you say, it's sort of an egomania album, and a lot of the songs are sort of told in first person sort of ways. The world would run better. It's a good example of kind of, someone talking about, I would make sure the world would run better, things like that. Look at all the things I could do. Do you think that like some of those songs, like with your kind of success with Lunatic and stuff like that, when you were writing this album, do you think you were trying to send a message across with any of these songs, like try and use that to communicate anything?
I guess so. I mean, we're not really trying to send a message. I think it's just what's floating around in our heads, is what we talk about internally and discuss. And yeah, you're right. They're even if they are outwardly critical, they're mostly inwardly critical because we share all the qualities that that other people have.
Yeah, these things, these impulses arise in all of us, of thinking you're great or thinking you could do it better. And, we try and be self-aware about it because there's nothing worse than a non-self-aware egomaniac, but like I said earlier, we like to look at it from different angles, not just the obvious egomaniacs of the world, like the Trumps or Kanye West, the small egomaniacs. We're all on social media, and that brings it out of us.
It's true. It's absolutely true. So, what's next for Congos? You've got a tour lined up for a bit more North America, and then you're going to Europe for a little while.
Yeah.
It looks like, and
We
coming
do
back
3
for-
weeks in Europe, and then we're back, and then we do some radio type festivals and that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
I think next year we'll be going overseas a lot. It's starting to shape up. Hopefully, go to South America, Australia, back to Europe, more US touring. We'll be supporting this album for a while, I think.
Fair enough. And any new music on the horizon, or is that just kind of on the back burner?
No. We always write, sing, and demoing and stuff like that, but we may as well just say no. Usually we say like, yeah, we're working on it, but
It's pretty recent. It's
Yeah.
pretty recent. I totally understand. I totally get that. Okay, I gotta ask. This is one of my favorite questions to ask for any new person. If you had to eat your way through a 10-foot wall of something, what would it be?
curry.
Yeah.
Curry.
The result would be not so pretty, but yeah, Indian food is, I think it's unanimously our favorite food, especially, you can go to any town in North America, the smallest town, and they're going to have an Indian restaurant, and it's probably going to be pretty good. So that saves our lives because it's rich, it's tasty, complex. I'm a food critic, I can keep going.
Oh man. Oh, I could talk forever about Indian food and other types of food as well. I'm actually from Vancouver. We love our Asian food and sushi and stuff like that. I love that.
Canada is excellent.
Yeah?
I think Montreal's got it locked up.
Yeah.
I don't know. We've had good food in every, or at least the major Canadian cities that we've been in.
Yeah, I judge but simple food that's how you judge a city, I think.
The simple food.
Because if you go get Indian food or Asian food or something exotic that's very specific, it can be good anywhere. You can be in the middle of fucking nowhere and there'll be an amazing Indian restaurant. But if the place makes a good omelet, it's a good sign.
It's good, and it's like a nice equalizer because everybody knows how to make an omelet. So if
Nobody
you can make
knows
a
how
good
to make an omelet.
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. Fair
The
enough.
musings of an egomaniac.
Fair enough. Well, thank you very much. It was great to talk to both of you. I hope you have an awesome show. I'm really looking forward to it.
Cool. Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you.